Welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about heat exhaustion. Now you're probably either clicking on this video because you're wondering what is that all about, or because you've watched the canoeing video before this. And the reason that I'm making this video is because I experienced some quite unpleasant heat exhaustion when I returned from my recent canoe and wild camping trip. The link for that trip should appear somewhere just up here if you've not had a chance to watch that video. So I went on this 2-day little adventure on the river with Graham from Gray's Outdoors, and when I got back, I was kind of tired in the same way that you might be after doing an outdoors activity like that. And I went to bed that evening, no problems, slept reasonably well. When I woke up the next morning, I was feeling not quite right. I decided to have some breakfast and felt even worse. And I was just starting to feel dizzy and queasy and quite sick. And then I had a really bad vomit. And then I just felt really wiped out. I felt really tired. I was kind of hot and cold. Couldn't really work out what it was. Initially I thought, oh, I'm just kind of like got low blood sugar or something like that. Maybe I just need something sweet. That happens sometimes, when you get a little bit of a turn or something like that. So I just rested. I was due to drive back to London from Surrey, and I did that. I wasn't in great shape, but I managed the journey back to London, and I just felt wiped out for the rest of that day and all of the next day. I thought I had a temperature. I was experiencing really hot patches on my body, just particularly on my back, kind of my lower back, kind of on the back of my neck. My skin was really kind of hot to touch. And that evening when I went to bed, and I didn't have a temperature. I mean, I took my temperature using a digital thermometer twice, but didn't appear to have a temperature at all. But I had really kind of hot patches on my body, and then I had parts of my body getting, like I had my arms that evening were getting really, really cold, and my legs were getting really, really hot. It was a really weird sensation. And I didn't want to eat at all. I had no interest in eating, and just really, really tired out. Did a bit of research and just spoke to a couple of friends, and it would seem that the exposure to that intense heat on the river for the previous 2 days had quite a significant impact on how I was feeling. If you watch the video, you'll know that I had a life jacket on for the whole of that time, and I think that probably did contain quite a lot of heat around my kind of core body area around here, because I was sweating loads. So when we did stop and have those breaks and I took the life jacket off, I was just drenched in sweat. So that might have had something to do with it. I don't know. I had a lot of water on the trip. I took 2 litres of water to begin with from home. I took my Sawyer mini water filter, and I filtered quite a bit of water out of the river, and I estimate that I probably had around 6 to 7 litres of water across the 2 days. So I had quite a lot of water, so it wasn't a case of being dehydrated. I also, because I've got quite fair skin, made sure that I had a decent amount of sun cream with a high factor. So I had factor 50 sun cream that I reapplied during both days. And you'll also notice, those of you that have been following the channel, that I've got a new hat as well. So I had this new hat. So I think I covered most bases. So I went in quite confident. But I think what I've learned from it is that, the heat can still get you. It really can. So you can make all of those precautions, but if you are exposed to heat for long periods of time, it can sneak up on you, and it can be quite dangerous, as we know. But I just wanted to make this short video just to highlight the dangers of heat, even when you take precautions. We made a point of stopping in shade where we could, and we canoed in shade where we could. But even so, we still both got ill. And I say both because Graham was ill the next day as well. Similar symptoms to me, and also he had a bit of a fever as well. We wondered whether it was something that we'd eaten, but we were eating completely different things. You can never be 100% sure on water, but we felt quite confident, and we both had very good high-end water filters. We were pretty sure it wasn't that. Everything was pointing towards heat exhaustion. So if you are, whatever part of the world that you're in, going off on a wild camp or a hike, or taking part in an outdoor water sports activity or something like that for an extended period of time, do listen to your body, listen to what your body's telling you, keep a bit of an eye on it. It might not be apparent straight away, as was the case with me. I didn't notice this until the next day, and I think from what I'm learning is that, you know, your body might not show symptoms straight away, but there can be a bit of a delayed reaction, shall we say. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, I'm only going by what I know, what I've experienced, and the people that I've spoken to. But, you know, if you are an expert in this field, you are in the medical profession, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Please do get in the comments and let me know what you're thinking. So thank you very much, everybody. Take care. If you have found this video useful or like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. If you're not a subscriber, please can I encourage you to hit the subscribe button, and then you get updates on lots of other videos like this to do with the outdoors and wild camping and walking. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.